change your thoughts and change your genes. You are your thoughts, according to some Christian Orthodox spiritual fathers. So, can we change our DNA and our genes with our thoughts? According to Dr. Cynthia Liu, she says, the science of epigenetics reveals the superpower of your mind. Your thoughts can change your genes. This is what the ancients believed. We know that there were the health centers of ancient Greece. They had to do with fasting, bathing daily, confession, and not only that, but you had to listen to music, look at art. The art exhibits also were accompanied by music, and you had to have watch two plays every time, one tragedy and one comedy. You couldn't watch one play. You had to have the tragedy and the comedy to make you laugh as well at the very everyday problems of the day of a person's life. So that it was a healing center in ancient Greece. Now, the epigenetics, thoughts can change your genes. Epi, meaning above, and genetics, genes, is a study of gene expression or the changes in how our DNA folds, thereby turning particular genes on and off. Whereas genetic mutations are rare, random occurrences largely out of our control. Our genes turn on and off on a daily basis depending on what we eat, drink, breathe, and think. So we have much more of a say over our genes than we ever realized before. You have a say in what your genes do. If you find yourself in a rut of health challenges physically, emotionally, or mentally, your genes are likely expressing themselves in a pattern of inflammation, and you can begin turning those genes off and turning on ones that promote healing. Let's remember the Lord's Prayer, the Sunday prayer that says, "Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us." In other words, in that Lord's Prayer, we know that holding grudges is not good for us, physically and mentally and spiritually. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. Now, going back to the article, there are 5 simple steps, she says, to get you started. Mix things up. Rearrange furniture and decor. Eat with your non-dominant hand. Sleep on the other side of the bed. Walk or drive a new route. And then she says, learn to revisit a musical instrument. This does not have to be a huge commitment. Borrow a ukulele or buy one for $20. Learn a few songs via YouTube. And then she says, listen to music. Choose tunes from a time in your past that was positive and life-affirming. And if you can't think of such a time, listen to music that feels life-affirming to you now. Next, she says, identify harmful thought patterns. When they arise, note them, tell them to stop, and redirect your thoughts to something positive. Some harmful patterns: obsessing about your health, trying to predict how you'll feel in certain situations, engaging in negative self-talk, self-blame, addictive behaviors, justifying negative beliefs. And next she says, infuse your mind with a positive experience. When you catch yourself in these negative thoughts patterns, visualize a positive experience and bring that experience into your body. And here's a visualization adapted from the dynamic neural retraining system by Annie Hopper, and I'll go into that. But remember that there is the evil one, and there is the spiritual realm, and they do try to get us down, having fear and negativity, anxiety, stress. When you have that, it means that you're being pounced on by negative demonic entities, putting those things into your mind. So what helps is saying, Lord Jesus Christ, take away the enemies that are trying to, the demons that are trying to attack me at this point. Now let's go to this. Annie Hopper says, think of positive memory, experiences in water, swimming, jumping into a lake, especially effective for this exercise. 2, describe this memory aloud in present tense. and imagine it with all your senses. What does it feel like on my skin? What does it smell like? What does it look like? What sounds do I hear? You're going for evoked sensation, like goosebumps, a shiver, or a warm sensation in your body. Only then have you triggered the vagus nerve, she says. 3, anchor this experience with a positive mantra. For example, I am strong, I am healthy, I am living my life. 4, practice this daily, twice a day if possible. Repetition is the key to rewriting your brain, and eliciting the visceral experiences is key to healing your body. The main key to changing your genes is practice, practice, practice. So this was by Dr. Cynthia Lee. And let's remember that we have a lot of experiences, personal experiences, and I'm one of those people that were healed due to Holy Confession, the sacrament of confession. Okay, I was so sick, the doctors didn't know what was wrong with me. And I thought I couldn't even sleep from the pain. And after a dream I had with St. Patrick, I went to confession, and that's the first time in my life, and that's when I became healed, of course, with divine providence. So we are given the sacraments of confession for healing. One of the beautiful ways of keeping us strong. Now, going back to our genes, as we said before, even the ancients knew this. The Hippocratean health centers in ancient Greece would see healings taking place after people would confess, would fast, would bathe, would change their attitudes, listening to music, looking at art, relaxing, changing, going to a different area where you can, where you're able to get away from your anxieties and frustrations. And of course, the theater played a very big role, because the theater was able to enact people's problems, how they would view it in a tragedy, and the same problems revisited in the comedy. So you would be able to laugh at your problems. And of course, there were thousands of people that would go to these centers, and a lot of them many times were healed because, some people say it could be psychosomatic. Yes, it is psychosomatic. I guess you can call it that. It has to do with your mind, your thoughts changing, and that way you are healed as well. And a lot of this has to do with, of course, forgiving those who did you harm. Just let it go. Just let it go. Okay, I'll leave links below for you for this. And these are some ideas by Dr. Cynthia Lee on cynthialee.com. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support.